I just love unwinding and relaxing playing Yoshi's Island instead of training up my Pokémon. Feels like I can just get away with Yoshi's Island. So great. Oh, I didn't see you there. Welcome back to AlphaSapphire's after game. Last time we finished up the Delta episode, and, I guess we'll just continue doing stuff. Let's head downstairs now. Awkward. Morning, James. You must have been bushed. You slept like a log. Oh, but before I forget, this came for you. It's from someone named Briny. And we obtain an SS ticket. So it was a ferry ticket, was it? As I recall, you can catch the ferry from the ports in Slateport and Lily Cove. James, if you have ambition as a trainer, I want you to take that ferry to the Battle Resort. I think it will teach you that there is no end to a trainer's chosen path. I better be heading back to the Petalburg Gym then. Thanks for looking after the house while I'm away, honey. Oh, that dad of yours. Can't he ever forget about work? I wish he could just switch it off and take it easy sometimes. But I love him just the way he is. Alright, that's cool, Mom, but, actually, I do need to talk to you again, because you do give me another important item, like that amulet coin back after I, kicked Dad's butt for the Petalburg Gym badge. Oh? That reminds me. Here! I've been thinking I should give this to you, James. And we obtain the Laudio site. Remember the night you went to see the star show? Well, I found this in the grass out front the next morning. Isn't it pretty, the way it sparkles? It's like a rainbow. It sure is, Mom. You and your jewelry, you're actually just upping the stereotype that women only care about jewelry. Way to go, Mom. Way to set the standard. Anyway, let's exit the house and get away from that crazy lady. Help me! Help me! Oh, why, if it isn't James! Help a professor out! I've got some Pokeballs in my bag there! Really, Professor Birch? We have to— oh my god, Johto starters! Fun fact, the hidden ability Johto starters for Pokemon Bank actually didn't come out that long ago as of, you know, this being uploaded and recorded. So, that's kinda cool, but we can still get a first stage Johto starter. I have all three, but, you know, for Pokemon Heart Gold fans out there, you know that I have a special place in my heart for Chikorita, so let's pick our cute, lovable, grass-type Pokemon, Chikorita. My, good thing that Shroomish wasn't as fierce as it seemed. I sure do appreciate your trying to help me out, though. In fact, why don't you keep that Pokemon? Yes, that one from the Johto region. And there we go. We have received Chikorita. Well, I hope to see you later. I somehow get the feeling that I will, if I stick around here. Yeah, that's not foreshadowing to anything. We will get to that a little bit later on with Professor Birch and his, foreshadowing. Nonetheless, it would help if I pulled out my stylus before I actually began recording this episode. Let's go into our Pokemon, and let's go with Swellow, and let's fly to Slateport City. We could fly to Lily Cove if we really wanted, but, you know, it's just easier flying to Slateport. So, let's head to Slateport, and let's go on the ferry, and let's go ahead to the Battle Resort with that ticket that we got from our dad via Mr. Briny. So, I almost headed out of the town. That would have been very bad. Nonetheless, oh my god, that's a big ship in 3D. Hello, are you here for the ferry? May I see your ticket? Perfect, that's all you need. And where would you like to go? I'd like to go to the Battle Resort. To the Battle Resort? Yes. Please board the ferry and wait for departure. Ah, James, so you came too. Mr. Norman actually gave me a ticket as well. I just got here a little while ago. So this is the Battle Resort. A tropical paradise that only the lucky few get to visit. I'm getting pumped just standing here. Let's check it out. Well then, Leader Maxie. The time has come for us to fight. I'm sorry, ma'am, sir, running into you like that. Sir? Ma'am? Hey! I, Tabitha, have only just turned 27. How old do you think I am? I shall never forgive you. Oh, make him cry. Ah. Waiter, is that the child? Indeed. The hero who crushed Team Aqua's hopes and saved the world. I had not expected to meet you here. Are you a friend of that young man who just left? His whole body seemed to hum with the eagerness for battle. He must be quite the trainer. It seems that I may get to battle both you and that young man here. Wahaha! It appears that coming to this island may prove worth that trouble yet. There has been something on my mind ever since the incident in Sutopolis. In another time, or perhaps another world, one only a fraction of an inch removed from our own, it seems very likely that it would have been us in Team Magma, standing against you in that battle. Perhaps we would have been the ones to trying to revive Groudon and obtain its terrible powers for ourselves. So very intriguing. Must be nice. But of course it is pure fantasy. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Talking about other worlds or alternate realities. It is just a dream for those among us living in the present world. Ah, yes. But now that I've had the good fortune to meet you again, I shall give you that thing. Courtney. Yes? And we've obtained a camera uptight. You have to take care of it. I look forward to a day when my Pokémon team might face yours in battle. Until that day. And with that, we bid you adios. You seem fun. Target locked. That was very weird. Alternate realities? Yeah, those don't exist. Anyway, let's head inside the Battle Resort.
Wow, incredible!
You two, you don't look like spectators. You must be trainers who came here for a challenge, correct?
Challenge?
You see, people who come to the Battle Resort are divided into two types. Those who come to see battles and those who come to battle.
Oh, is that right? But where can we battle?
What? You don't know the Battle Maison?
No, I don't.
Oh my. Alright, it's better to have you experience it rather than me explaining it in words. Make sure you visit the Battle Maison that's up on the top of this island's main hill.
Thank you very much. We will be sure to do that.
Good reply. Nice attitude. Alright, I'll give this each to you. And we've obtained the Versus Recorder. It's a Versus Recorder. You can record battles with your friends in battles at the Battle Maison. It's a must-have item for a trainer.
That sounds amazing. Are you sure I can have one?
No need to hesitate. Once you reach this place, you are our enemies and rivals. Showing generosity to one's enemies is the obligation of the strong.
Thank you very much.
Alright then, I'm leaving now. Good luck, you two.
The Battle Maison. I'm curious about what kind of place it is, but I think I'll take a look around the island first. I've never been so far from home before, and I've never visited anything like a resort. So, I'll be off exploring, James, but I'll see you later. I hope we can battle again, here in this resort.
Well, Wally, you will get your wish someday. We will eventually have a rematch with Wally here on the at the Battle Resort, on the Battle Resort, in the Battle Resort. You get what I'm saying. Anyway, the Battle Resort, pretty interesting. Battle Maison from X and Y returns. A lot of people were disappointed that the Battle Frontier wasn't here, but fear not, actually. If we actually come up here and we take a stroll around, we can actually come up to this area right here. The Battle Frontier project has started. The first Battle Frontier facility, the Battle Tower building model. As you see, the Battle Frontier is coming. Who knows if they'll actually do DLC? I know Game Freak has in the past stated they won't do it, but come on. Sakurai said the same thing about Smash, and technically Mewtwo is DLC for the game, so you never know. But nonetheless, I think this guy says something about the Battle Frontier stuff and all that jazz, but we're not really interested in that. What we need to do, actually, let me get on my bike to do it. We're not going to actually do anything here in the Battle Resort for now, because we still need to do a bit more stuff in the aftergame. Right here is actually a second daycare instead of an old couple running the daycare. It's two youngsters, which is really, really cool. They're called daycare lads around here, but nonetheless, let's actually get off the bike just to have a more quaint feel of exploring. Oh, wait a minute. I want to ask you something. Where am I? Well, technically you're on the Battle Resort, but you are, as a whole, in the Hoenn region. Hoenn?
Hey, what happened to you? You're absolutely soaked to the skin! Even in a tropical place like Hoenn, if you are soaked like that, you'll catch a cold.
Yeah. Oh boy, I guess I have no other choice. Come to my cottage. Yes, the tradition continues for Looker appearing in a Pokemon game. I know, at least, well, we don't know for sure, but Cynthia could be hidden somewhere around here for all we know, but the tradition with Looker continues in a Pokemon game. Nonetheless, actually, let's hop off the bike and let's head over to this far cottage amongst the water, and let's talk to Looker, see if he's collected himself within the last 30 seconds that we've been away from him.
You again. I apologize for my actions earlier. The truth of the matter is, I have no idea in the world what I'm doing here, or even who I am. The first thing of which I can remember is awakening here upon this beach. Baffled, lacking awareness of the circumstances that have brought me here. And at that moment, you appeared. I feel as though I have some duty that I should be accomplishing, but of it I can remember nothing. Please pardon me for going on about myself. I feel quite uneasy. Of course, I must thank you for finding me.
And we've obtained the Audinite, which is a Megastone for Audino, a Pokemon from the 5th generation.
That I found in the pocket of my overcoat. It was the only thing I had on me. I do not know if it will prove worth anything, but I'm glad to give it to you.
So yeah, basically Lookers in this game to give you a Megastone, they just had to shoehorn him in, I don't really know. Technically Looker, I think, is supposed to be from, Sinnoh, and, like, he's more prominent in the black and white games from the 5th generation, but, I don't know. It's whatever. Anyway, that is pretty much gonna do it for this episode of Pokémon AlphaSapphire After Game. Actually, next time, we are going to be catching, some legendary Pokemon. We're gonna be on that grind again, catching legendaries. Actually, I should get this out of the way right now, instead of in the next episode. The legendary situation here in AlphaSapphire is a bit interesting, to say the less. In fact, the legendary and starter situation in the 6th generation as a whole is very, very interesting, because in the 6th generation, and this is basically a flat-out spoiler, you can get at least one of every single current starter as of the 6th generation among both X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And the same goes for every non-event legendary, so as far as Darkrai, Arceus, Shaman, Manaphy, Genesect, Meloetta, Keldeo go, every other legendary you can obtain in amongst X and Y and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. However, we're not going to be catching every single legendary, so kind of sad to break that news, because I don't want to spend, I would have guessed maybe 10 at most episodes catching legendaries that aren't even native to Hoenn. And fun fact, originally, I wasn't going to do Alpha Sapphire or Omega Ruby for when the time came to do the 3rd generation series of games. I was going to do Pokemon Emerald. So this kind of threw me for a loop when they announced the remakes, because obviously every 5 Let's Plays is a Pokemon game, and I already had known for the longest time that Emerald was going to be coming up probably this year sometime, so I was already figuring out and everything, and then Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire were revealed, and then I was just like, oh great, now I have to do that. I obviously didn't have, oh god, can I speak and not swallow my own saliva? Obviously I didn't have to do ORAS for the 3rd generation Let's Play, but Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are the more complete games, and they have a lot of extra content to do, lots of upgrades. However, the extra content as far as legendaries go, not gonna be showing that off. So, if you're upset about that, I understand. But there are plenty of other people that have done Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Let's Plays so far that have shown off all the other legendaries. For example, a lot of people might not know who he is, but the King Nappy, a Pokemon YouTuber or a PokeTuber, for example, I definitely know he has gone ahead and caught pretty much every legendary not native to Hoenn in this game, so you can check out his Alpha Sapphire Let's Play if you want to see, you know, how that works with, I'll actually explain it more in detail, because we'll actually see this on the overworld, eventually, but not now. I'm gonna actually get back to what I was doing and finish up the episode, so next time on Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, actually, we can get off the Battle Resort here. We're actually gonna be spawning in a body of water. If I can actually fly to a body of water. I think I can fly to... Yeah, I can fly to here. We're gonna be surfing, diving, fishing, whatever it takes, because there are 2 Pokemon that we need to catch before we can get a certain legendary trio. So, in between episodes, I will catch those Pokemon, and next time on Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, we will catch those legendary Pokemon that I had alluded to just a little bit ago. So with that, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.